All right, hey guys, Jason here, and what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about philosophy of use of a thermal. Why do we have these? What are they good for? We're also going to clear up a little bit of stuff. A lot of people made videos on a few of these. I got more videos to come, comparisons coming on them. I love these things, okay, these thermals. These things are amazing. This one here being my favorite. This is the AGM. This is a Taipan version 2, and this is a 384 resolution. I love this thing. External battery where you can swap out the 18650 battery, compact in size, light, simple, functional, and it works like a champ. So I love this setup. But first of all, I'm not using one of these for hunting. Okay, people, when I put or made videos on these, some people are commenting, oh, what's it come to now where we can hunt with one of those? I cannot hunt with one of these. We do not hunt with these. Now, if you're on private land, here in Georgia, you can. In many places on private land, you can hunt with a thermal for predators, for hogs, things like that kind of stuff. Both of which are a nuisance type species that needs to be controlled, and sometimes that's the best way to do it. So for them, that's fine. Me, I carry this for two reasons. One reason in the woods. One reason I carry it out here is I carry it for animal recovery. It is the number one reason I own one, and it is legal to do everywhere I hunt, and it is one of the most valuable tools there is for finding down animals, short of a dog. A dog obviously is the best one, but if you don't have a dog, this is the second best thing you can have to find down animals. They glow. They literally glow. You put this on here and you scan, oh, there it is, just like that. 100 yards out, as long as there is a speck, a piece of fur of that animal that is somehow visible through, not being blocked by a branch or a tree or something like that, one little speck, boom, it'll pop, and there it is, and you got it. It's that easy. So it does not require much to find these things and see them in there. So super valuable for animal recovery. It is the number one reason, and the only reason it is in my bag. Now, so many other uses for this. I actually took and wrote down a few of them. One, a misconception, okay, that people wonder about that is not true. You cannot use these to locate snakes. So you cannot go, okay, well, I'm going to walk through here. Is there any snakes? It will not pick up a snake. A snake is a cold-blooded animal. Its temperature is regulated by the temperatures around it. It's not going to pop out like you think it's going to. It's not going to glow in the brush and see a snake. Wish it could. It's not going to. It's a different thermal wavelength or something to them, so it's not going to. But animal recovery is the number one reason, and you do not have to have an expensive one. This is a $1,400 thermal, and I've done video reviews on them going anywhere from $250 all the way up. Or, you know, so I have these videos out there showing you some great options. You do not have to spend this much. The higher resolution of this means I get more detail in everything, and I like that. You don't need it. You can buy a cheap $200 thermal, and bam, it'll spot an animal laying there. It'll glow white, and you'll know that there's something there, or whatever, red or black, or whatever mode you got it on. It's going to tell you that there is a heat source, a object that is hot, that is sitting right there. So it is a gold mine. Again, I'm into it. I like these a lot, so I'm not afraid to have. I like the higher resolution one. Not needed. Security. Oh God, the security aspect of this. We had, some of you guys that know me personally, you know this, but I've had my grill stolen and my cars broken into 2 times by some punk kid down the road. Not broken into, but if I left him unlocked, he would steal things. Like I had like $40 in cash in my center console. He took it, things of that nature. But we've had this punk kid that's lived in there. Him and his mom came in and rented a house, and they were an absolute pain in the ass around town for a while. They're gone now. I don't know if he went back to jail. He was 14 years old. His dad was in jail. I mean, you felt bad for the kid, and if he wouldn't have been such a problem, I'd have tried to help him out or give him some chores to do around my yard. But like I said, he was stealing from everybody. Stole guns out of my neighbor's truck. He stole from everybody. It was, well, when we had those hurricanes coming in, those storms, we had all that power out. I'd go out there and sit on my front porch, and I could watch that kid with my thermal, and I could watch him as all the street lights were out, power was out, and he would just walk around, and he was there, and I had speed dial for the detective just following his case, and I would just wait and watch, and I could see him. Now, fortunately, I have never seen him break into anything during that time, but I could sit there and watch him do all that kind of stuff. If I hear any noises outside, I can pop right out and just look right out the window, right out the door, and I can scan and see everything. Nothing hides from thermal. Okay, nothing at all can hide from thermal. So it's a fantastic feature for that. Even at the guy that I talked to at one of the car dealerships I go to, He's a guard that drives around there at night and keeps an eye on things. He has a thermal, and that's what he does too. He's like, when I get lazy, I'll just park up there on the hill where I can see everything. And you got the lights too, but I just out my window and scan like this, and there's nobody there. And it's a fantastic feature. So it's going to do great for all that kind of, if you're a neighborhood watch and you're keeping an eye on things, or you want to, or if you have a chicken coop, something like that, and you want to make sure nothing's coming to them, boom, there it is. Where I lived at in Michigan, my neighbor, me and my little 6-house mile-long subdivision, if you remember that house, it went back into the swamps back there in northern Michigan. We had bears in the yard all the time. Tina would go to take the garbage out, or she, something like that. Well, we had a thermal sitting right there, and before she'd go out there, she could scan at night and just make sure there was nothing there other than deer or whatever the case is to go get that stuff done. We could scan and watch our chicken coop and make sure nothing was trying to get into there. So many raccoons had to be dispatched because of that. But this thing here, like I said, lets you see all that kind of stuff. Such a powerful tool. And also for camp. In camp, it's amazing. Not only for remote wilderness camping, where if you're hearing stuff outside there at night and it's pitch black, you're out in the middle of the woods, you can just unzip the corner of your tent and, oh, it's a raccoon, he's over there, there's a fox. You know what it is, and you see instantly without having to get lights and do all this stuff. All you do is just literally pop your head out and you can look and see exactly what's going on 100% perfectly. It's such a handy tool. And then even at a campground, like I just in Alabama, where I was just at in Alabama, I remember the whole campground is pitch black. They didn't have any street lights on other than one shower house. Well, it's midnight, and I'm getting ready to go take a shower. Well, rather than have to have my headlamp on, walk through everybody, I did the thermal. I put it right here in my pocket, and I could see, oh, there's that. I could see from where I'm at in the shower, I could look back over there and see my campsite, see my heater working through the tent, heating it. I could see everything. Can see it all. I mean, it's just such a valuable tool in watching deer in the campsite. So people are, they're campers right here and they got 3 does standing there eating by it, but you can see everything like that. Fantastic. Watching for fun, going out cruising fields at night and using this, and your kids will have the time of their life. It's pitch black and they're like, nothing's there. Oh, and they get so excited. It's a fantastic fun tool for that too. Mechanical aspect for the house, for all that kind of things. You can find your weak spots of your insulation where it needs to be re-insulated, cold spots, hot spots, where air's coming through windows. You can find everything. It is a thermal. Think about how many contractors use thermal, those handheld scope thermal things. Mechanics use them. Everybody uses them. Electricians, you can see where the hot spots are on your wiring. You can see so many different things for these that's out there that you can view with this, which is fantastic. They are all, if they are a 50 hertz or better resolution or refresh rate too, you can scan them when you're driving, which means you can be driving and your wife or whoever's next to you can be looking out the window as you're going 40 miles an hour, boom, 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 boom. It's all going to show up and she's going to be able to still see everything. So they got a lot of amazing features for that kind of stuff. And then even my tires, I showed it in a video, maybe I'll put it in here, but I can see where the wear pattern is on my Jeep tires by driving. If I drive this on pavement for, say, a 1 mile and I get out and I look at this, I can see if I'm overinflated or underinflated based on where the red versus where the hotter sections are versus the cooler section. If it's hotter on the outside or hotter on the inside, I can tell that with this just by looking at it and go, yep, okay, I'm overinflated. Lower it down, or I'm underinflated. But I can see that stuff with this. Thermal is a game changer. It is a tool. Now notice how to everything that I just mentioned, not one thing was hunting related. Animal recovery being the only one. Okay, it's not a hunting tool in my world. Now, for some people it is on private land, and I can see the power of it. It would be a great thing. But there's a reason, that I want these so bad, and that is because of all the versatility and the things they do, and it is not for hunting. But animal recovery-wise, my number one reason for owning it, flawless. Nothing beats it but a dog, plain and simple. Nothing will beat it but a dog or a thermal drone, and those are 10 grand, and I can't afford one. So this is by far the best bet for right there. And even when you shoot an animal, and he takes off and he goes and you watch him, if you pull this out pretty quick and you go, even if you can't see him, usually you can see the blood for you're only getting like 30 seconds to maybe a minute and a half on that blood, but you can see the blood right off the bat, and you can at least know, okay, right there by right by that little pine, right there is the first speck of blood, and you've told it to yourself already. So if you have it handy in your pack somewhere, like I said, you shoot an animal, he runs off, you watch him, and then you can't see him no more. You're thinking there he is right there. You go, okay, that's marked. You pull this out and you go, blood. There it is, right there. So it's a handy feature for that. Like I said, when it comes to animal recovery, cannot beat one. And it does not have to be expensive for that. However, I do say the higher the resolution, the more fun these are and the more valuable they are and the more, the clearer everything is and how much better they are. This one here is, like I said, a 384 resolution. And I love it. I straight up love it. I won't go back lower for myself now that I have this. I'll keep going higher resolution. They keep going up higher than that even. But this here is absolutely fantastic. But I did just fine this whole entire year with a 160 resolution AGM that I was using, that AGM 160 that I bought on AliExpress for like $186. It worked fantastic for everything. This just does it so much better. So little video on the philosophy of use of one of these, and to set the record straight that it's not a hunting tool for 99% of us that are using them. It is a everything tool that you use for anything you want to. And just like a hammer is not just for pounding nails in, hammers are used for a whole bunch of different things. This fits the same bill. Thanks for watching.